Exodus 20, the Ten Commandments. And God spoke all these words, saying, I am the Lord your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of slavery. You shall not have no other gods before me. You shall not make for yourselves a carved image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in water under the earth. You shall not bow down to them or serve them, for I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers on the children to the third and fourth generation of those who hate me, but showing steadfast love to thousands of those who love me and keep my commandments. You shall not take the name of your Lord your God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless who takes his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days you shall labor and do all your work, but on the seventh day is a Sabbath to the Lord your God. On it you shall not do any work, you or your son or your daughter, your male servant or your female servant, or your livestock, or the sojourner who is within your gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea and all that is in them, and rested on the seventh day. Therefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and made it holy. Honor your father and mother, that your days may be long in the land of the Lord that your God is giving to you. You shall not murder. You shall not commit adultery. You shall not steal. You shall not bear false witness against your neighbor. You shall not cover your neighbor's house. You shall not covet your neighbor's wife, or his male servant, or female servant, or his ox, or his donkey, or anything that is your neighbor's. Now, when all the people saw the thunder and flashes of lightning, that the sound of the trumpet in the mountains smoking, the people were afraid and trembled, and they stood far off and said to Moses, You speak to us, and we will listen, but do not let God to speak to us, lest we die. Moses said to the people, Do not fear, for God has come to test you, that the fear of him may be before you, that you may not sin. The people stood far off, while Moses drew near to the thick darkness where God was. All right. So, let's go through the commandments. There should be no gods before our God, no carved imagery, and no bowing down to that carved imagery. Don't take the Lord's name in vain. Remember the Sabbath. In 6 days God created the world, and he rested on the seventh, so should we. Honor your father and mother. Do not commit murder, no adultery, and no stealing, no bearing false witness, no coveting your neighbor's house, and no coveting your neighbor's wife. So, the coveting thing, it is more separate. You would think that, oh, these are only 9, but they're more separate, because coveting your house and the neighbor's possessions is greed, and coveting the wife is more of lust. So they're often separated between those. And the people were afraid because of the thunder and the lightning, and they were like, don't let God speak to us, or we will die. And Moses says, don't be afraid, that the fear of God may be on you, that you may not sin. All right, laws about altars. And the Lord said to Moses, Thus you shall say to the people of Israel, You have seen for yourselves that I have talked with you from heaven. You shall not make gods of silver to be with me, nor shall you make for yourselves gods of gold. An altar of earth you shall make for me, and sacrifice on it your burnt offerings and your peace offerings, your sheep and your oxen. In every place where I cause my name to be remembered, I will come to you and bless you. If you make me an altar of stone, you shall not build it of hewn stones, for if you wield your tool on it, you profane it. And you shall not go up by steps to my altar, that your nakedness be not exposed on it. So, again, God recites, Don't have any carved idols or gods before me. This is one of the biggest things that the people struggle with. And God teaches people how to make an altar to the Lord, and they will give some sheep and animals to them and give it to God. All right, that's the end of Exodus 20. Thank you for watching. Remember, I have a Discord server, so feel free to join and we could talk there. Subscribe, and goodbye.